All right. So what was the word? No, that's globe proof is what it was. Well, I imagine that because we have people like on the space station going around the space station, uh, taking pictures and stuff. I mean, that seems pretty direct right there. Can be moving around a plane, like over a plane, a flat plane. Okay, that's fine. Show us the evidence or show me the evidence or the calculations or whatever that lets you know that it works on both. I've heard people say that, but I've never seen anybody actually show that to be the case. So yeah. So what? There's a whiteboard here, I imagine, or something. I wouldn't mind talking with you next. But first, let me let Gilly Kong present his evidence that what we could be seeing could be the same as over flat Earth. I'd be interested to see that. Okay. So, so you're saying it's already been done by you, like today, or let me just make. Okay, I want to make sure I understand you properly. You had asked me what was my best evidence of that the Earth being the globe. So first thing came to mind was something very convenient. People on the ice. Say again? I didn't hear the last thing. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I guess I don't see him right now. Maybe he had to drop out. But thank you for reiterating. All right, so you reiterated the question, and then I said the ISS, the pictures from them and so forth. And I remember right, Gilly, you said that even though we see the ISS moving around, it could actually just as well be going around over a flat Earth. Is that correct? Okay. See, I see. So you're saying that uh, it's very hard to differentiate if you're just looking up and seeing something, whether you're looking up and seeing it on the globe or seeing it on the flat Earth.
If you perceive yourself on a globe, then that's your reality. When I perceive myself on a flat plane looking at the ISS, I see the ISS. We share that reality, but it might as well be just in the higher atmos, the higher states up there, where airplanes go into cruising, and above there is a way where you can glide somehow in the highest of the atmos.
Yes, yes, I thought understood you correctly. So I'm asking you is you're saying that the ISS could be just like an airplane going through the atmosphere. So I'm asking you, what's your evidence that that could be the case?
The same reality that you see. That's my evidence, because we share that. You see?
And you sound like a pretty, you sound pretty sincere, right? So let me I'll point some things out to you if I may. All right.
Okay,
The
go for it.
the ISS, like you said, is something viewable up in the sky. Like I can see it here and you can see it in America. Um, the difference between the ISS and an airplane is that the ISS could be seen at various locations around the entire planet and then come back to the original position in an hour and a half, which means that the ISS has to travel, if it was going through the atmosphere, would have to travel the circumference of the Earth in 90 minutes in the atmosphere. Okay, so depending on what kind of map you want to use on the flat Earth, if you're looking at, like, let's say the equator or the equator route, that's still going to be the same circumference of a globe as if you're going around some kind of flat area. Okay, so in order for you to reasonably and logically say that the ISS can be just like an airplane going through the atmosphere, you have to demonstrate how such a non-aerodynamic object could be going through the atmosphere without burning up, with no visible means of propulsion, of lift, and so on and so forth. So you're just saying that it's just something we see. That's totally, totally not up to the task of what you're claiming. And this is something I find to be pretty consistent amongst flat earth believers. You make these claims currently having no understanding of what the claim you're making means, what the implication means.
You just
Well, it could be something else, dude. It could be something else that something that they've told us it's one thing, and it could be something else. There could be more than one. It could be a projection. We could speculate all day about what it could be.
Exactly.
$20 million a day.
Exactly. That's my
So
point.
that's motivation enough in my eyes to fake it. You know what I'm
That's my
saying?
point, Andy. That's my point. I
Yeah,
hear you all
they might be faking
speculate
it.
over and over about what it could be, but I don't see any evidence. That's exactly my point. You can spend all day saying it could be this or it could be that, which is what I hear
Exactly.
over and over again, but you don't have any evidence. That's
Well,
my
I can't
point.
verify that there's people on it
we
either,
have the
except I've
evidence
seen
of
videos.
what they tell us.
Yeah, I can't look through a telescope and see the people on the thing, can I?
Well, like I said, if you want to say it's something else, I'm happy to see any evidence you present for it. Otherwise, I'll go with the
You'll just
evidence I have
accept what
for it.
they tell you it is otherwise, right?
Interesting. So let me know, give me your evidence, Rob, that I'm just accepting what they say. Or how have you made that determination?
How about you just answer my question then?
I would like to, but first, you gave your question as a
I,
premise.
no.
The premise of your question
Okay,
was,
so
oh, you just believe in what they say, right? So
right.
give me your evidence that I'm just
Yes or
believing what
no?
they say.
Yes or no?
Give me your
Yes
evidence
or
that
no?
I'm just believing what they
No,
say.
you're obfuscating my question.
You know, this way I
Yes
could just
or no?
disagree about what it means to ask a question.
You just
If you can answer the question without
accept.
a premise
Yes.
in it, then I can answer it
Okay.
directly.
So, sorry, I'm gonna
Otherwise, I'll
disengage you.
need you
You're
to,
being
to give the
dishonest.
evidence for your premise. So going back to Gilly, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand about the implications of just saying it's like an airplane going through the atmosphere?
Yeah. If you try to comprehend it as a dome up in the higher atmos, then the ISS would take a shorter time to go a circle above us, in the
Hold on. You
same way
said
the
you,
sun goes in a circle above us.
and I apologize, I didn't catch that. You said if you capture it as what?
No, I'm just saying, like, it could work on both. You just have this idea of a globe in your mind, in the same way
You
that you have been taught since birth, and you see the world in that
you
perspective.
said if
What
you
I'm saying, my position, is that it could be both.
okay.
You
So
don't
again,
have a valid point that it's a definite proof for the globe, which was the original question.
right. So again, let's go step by step. What is your evidence, or how did you come to the conclusion that my conclusions about the ISS are just based upon what you told me from birth?
The point that ISS is something that is rotating above us, going in a circle, either over a globe or over a
Evidence, or how did
surface.
you come to the
There's
conclusion
a
that
circle
my
happening,
conclusions about the
or
ISS are just based
some kind of
upon
a
what you told me?
pattern that seems to be moving in. So maybe the higher atmospheres, in the same way as an airplane goes into a cruising mode in a certain altitude, the higher the altitude, the higher it could be hanging there with whatever, could be a balloon or whatever, I don't know. But let's say, and it's just rotating. That's my point. It's like, it could work on both. So it's not a definite proof of the globe because it works on both.
Mhm.
That's my whole point.
I hear your point, Gilly, and you sound pretty sincere. But what I'm finding is you're falling for the same poor thinking that is inherent in flat Earth, and that you keep repeating that it's possible on both, but you yet to provide even a basic explanation of how something shaped like the ISS can be flying, could be going through the atmosphere without burning up, with no observable means of propulsion or lift. So I've observed that flat Earth teaches you that you could just declare whatever you want, and then it just could be so, like you're doing right now, but you've still yet to present not even any evidence, not even any explanation, based upon just the basic laws of aerodynamics that we understand pretty clear about how aerodynamic works. If you look at the
Uh,
ISS, it's clearly not aerodynamic. So what you're saying does not make sense according to any known laws of physics, unless you could provide some kind of evidence of an explanation that it does. Just saying it does is meaningless. Were you about to say something, Andy?
yeah, I was just about to say that flat Earth is very simple. It's a general claim of measurements on the ground, and I think even you'd have to agree that if the Earth measures flat, then whatever's happening in the sky is irrelevant or necessarily
Okay.
false.
Okay, I would have to agree with that. What's your measurements that it measures flat?
Well, there's all kinds of things, isn't there? I've never personally done it myself, so I will say that it
So you
is
just believe in
secondary.
what they tell you, like y'all accuse me of?
Well, I'm
What
just saying.
happened?
I'm just being honest, dude. I've never done it myself, but there's all kinds of things, isn't there? Mirror flashes, lasers, shot over ice. What else is there? Long distance radio wave propagation. There's tons of different things, isn't there?
I
So
want to point
it's
out
not a
something.
complicated thing. It's the simplest thing in the world, really. I guess
I
flat
want to
Earth.
point out something though. I think this is very important. It seems like I was being accused of just believing what they told me since birth. Somebody literally told me that. So I asked them to give me the evidence or the conclusion of that. Nobody could give it. So because I've done investigations myself, I've looked at the ISS through my own telescope, a big enough telescope to see the solar panel. I know what it looks like from my own observation. But again, nobody asked that. They just told me that I'm just believing. Now you literally just admitted that you didn't do it yourself, means you're just believing. But apparently that's okay. If the idea is that I'm just believing what they tell me, that's the problem. You're just believing what they tell you. But it's okay for you to
Well,
just believe what you're being told. Do you see the contradiction? So I find it very interesting. But again, this is par for the course. I mean, I expect this to happen. I mean, this is pretty common for flat Earth, where you all just believe what you're told, and it's fine because it's believing something that supports flat Earth. But if I were to believe what I'm just told, oh my gosh, that's so bad. The fact is, I didn't just believe what I told. I got my own telescope and I looked at the ISS. Matter of fact, when I told you that it comes around for an hour and a half, I'm not believing that either. I took my telescope out. I had to drive, I don't remember how far, but I had to drive a little distance because I looked at the little app and it told you where it's going to be. And I found one night where it's going to come around twice in the same night. So that's what I did. I got packed up my telescope. I could probably find a picture of it. I have a picture of my telescope on the computer, but it's not a big deal. And I packed up my telescope. I drove to the spot where it was going to be, and I waited. And it came around, and I have a pretty good telescope. And over the years, I bought a few more eyepieces and things like that. So I was able to put in eyepiece and so on and so forth. The configuration was zoomed in pretty well, and I was able to see it come up right when they said it was going to come up. I was able to see it go across the sky, and I was able to see it enough where I could see the
Okay.
solar panels on it, and it went around. I waited there for the 90 minutes for it to come back, and I saw it again. So
Wait,
I
what?
didn't mess up.
What's your window of seeing it? What time does it
The
have to be for
window,
you?
it's fast. This is about, off the top of my head, I guess like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that.
No, 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 no. I
So,
know that window. I'm saying I'm
okay.
seeing if you know the window. Like, what time of day does it have to be for you to see it?
I don't remember off the top of my head. You can look at the app.
Well, I'll look it up before you start making claims.
Well,
But
the
you were
best
talking
the
about
best
physics.
time
You
is
said,
right
hold on,
after Sunday.
real quick. I just started,
No,
man.
it's way
I just
longer than
the
30
rate.
seconds. Hold on, Bry, real quick. It's way longer than 30 seconds, dude. I mean, some of them are 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes.
And
You think it's the window that you can see it is only 30 seconds? It also doesn't go back to the same spot from before. That's also wrong. I mean, you're saying
besides
a lot
that,
of stuff. You said we talk a lot of stuff about stuff we don't know nothing. You're getting a lot of this
yeah,
wrong. I mean, that was, I got pretty mad when you said that. I'm not going to lie, but
that's
now I'm
why I
even
told him.
more mad because you're describing stuff that's not true.
And
So
he's
let me,
acting like he's seen something that doesn't even fit the window of opportunity. But here, this is why I joined, because you said flat earthers ignore things. You ignore physics, bro. Andy's being straight with you, and what you call it's being dead straight with you.
who's
And you're
talking?
hold on. Just hear me out. Hear me out. I'll make this quick. Globers ignore physics, bro, because you're going to tell me that there's some word that makes up for uh, a freaking 35,000 mile an hour change in speed within 20 minutes, and you think a word fixes that. Any change in speed in reality is there's easy measurements. There's no word to get you out of it. If we're going to bring it down to the laws of physics that are demonstrable, a change in speed of 35,000 miles an hour over 20 minutes is going to kill people. Okay, so you're the one ignoring physics, bro.
Let's
Idea
back up. Let's
that
back
it
up before we change
it
subject,
was
please,
it
brother
was
man.
right after.
One moment before we change
Okay.
subject. I believe it was Flatter, Seth, and Jeremy who said I was incorrect about the time frame. Please let me know which one of you were there and know how long I was looking at the ISS for, because I'm very interested to hear. I didn't see any of y'all there. Which one of y'all was there and saw what I saw who could tell me I was wrong about my time frames?
You didn't even
You
tell me
the
what
win
time of day
the
it's got to
window
be to
you
see
can
it.
see. Hold on, Brian, dude. I'm not trying to fight with you every time I talk. You can't. The window to see the ISS. I'll Google it right now.
I'm not talking about what you're
Way
Googling. I'm
longer than
asking
30
you
seconds.
where were you, where I was, and where were you who saw it for the time frame I saw it at? That's what I'm
Here we
asking
go.
you.
The passes called flyovers can last from under 2 minutes for a short pass to under 8 minutes from a full flight from horizon to horizon. You said 30
Did,
seconds. You were wrong. The
did you say
ISS
under
also
two
doesn't come
minutes?
back to the same spot.
Did you
The
say under
ISS
two
doesn't
minutes?
come back to the same spot.
Did you
Hold
say
on,
under
man.
2 minutes?
Just under 2 minutes. Yes.
Is 30 seconds under 2 minutes?
It's not going to be 30 seconds. It's going to be longer. Were you in a valley, in a sewer? Were you in a sewer hole like a Ninja Turtle?
I was
Also,
I
the
was on.
ISS doesn't come back to the same spot. If it did, you would debunk the rotation. That would
So
mean
let
there's
me
no Coriolis effect.
so let me
You're
be
just
clear
getting
about
you're
the
just getting a
second
lot
one.
of little things wrong, and it's annoying because when you first started your whole spiel, you started it with we talk shit about stuff we don't know anything about, and it's just annoying that like you're doing like the same thing you accused us of doing. There's a
So
lot
let
of
me be clear.
projection in this community, I know.
So let me be clear. Are you saying I'm lying about what I saw?
I'm saying you got it wrong. You got the window wrong. You got it wrong about it coming back to the same spot. It can't do that. You would debunk the Earth rotation. You're getting a lot of
You
stuff
can.
wrong about
So
the
I want
things
to
you're
make sure I'm
saying
clear.
about the ISS.
So I want to make sure I'm clear.
I'm
I
saying you're getting a
concluded
lot
that.
of things wrong. Hold on, Daryl, please. I'll let you talk. You let me talk. It's going to
Sure.
be fine. You're getting a lot of little details wrong about the window for the ISS, if it comes back to the same spot or not. Okay.
So when I say I did see it come back and I saw it twice in the same night, you're saying I'm lying. Is that correct?
Well, you're acting like we could see it all night,
I'm
bro.
saying you're wrong. Hold on, Brian. I'm saying you're wrong. The window to see the ISS is just under 2 minutes, from anywhere from just under 2 minutes to 8 minutes. Also, the ISS doesn't come back at the same spot. If it did, that would mean the ISS is not being affected by the Coriolis effect.
So you're saying I think I saw the ISS the second time, but I didn't.
He didn't. He
No.
didn't say he
What
didn't
were you
move the
looking north or
telescope to
south? Give
see
me
This
it.
one
is
second,
why,
y'all.
yo,
This
this is why I
it
didn't
goes
go.
over
This is why
five
I don't
times a
want to
day.
go on your show. This is why I don't want to go on your show. I don't even want to talk to any of you fucking guys, honestly. It's mad annoying, dude.
So are you saying I didn't actually see it
Was you
twice
looking
in
north or
one night,
south,
or I
bro, when
did?
you seen it?
Like I thought,
Let me ask
I
you a question.
think
But
I saw it, but I didn't, or what's going on?
answer me a couple questions. Was you looking north or south when you seen it for
I
20
am
seconds?
not answering any more of Flatter Brian's
Yo, you
questions
damn well right you won't. You won't answer simple questions. I know you won't answer a simple question.
until
So much.
until you clarify why is it when I'm telling you what I saw from first-hand experience, some reason you're telling me I'm wrong or what? Until
You
you
just acted
Flatter,
like you
okay,
could see the
all right,
ISS all night long. Let me answer that,
until you
bro.
clarify that, I will never talk to either of you again. Thank you.
You just acted like you could see the ISS all night. You just said, hold on, let me answer, bro. You're going to keep talking. You just said you could see the ISS all night long. Bro, that is wrong. So I asked you a question. What
He didn't.
direction
He
were you
didn't say
looking?
that. He didn't. He didn't say that.
If
You
he
can see
didn't,
it
he
all.
should
He
have
said
no
he drove.
trouble answering this question. Was you looking north or south when you seen it for 20
Well,
seconds?
here's. I'm just going to give my experience with it. It was right after
Yeah.
sundown. I saw it almost horizon to horizon. It did blink out before it got over the eastern horizon. It was about 4 minutes that I watched it go across the sky. And 90 minutes later, it came up in about the same spot on the horizon, and it was visible for about a minute before it went into Earth's shadow.
Thank you, Leffler.
Yeah, but if it's only visible for 20 seconds, Howard, there's consequences. That means it's far south or far north. That's why I wanted to ask him, bro, because he's making all these claims and all this. So I'm just simply asking him, was it north or south? Dude, if he did see it, then he should have no trouble answering that. Then we could look and see how much sunlight he had, and I could say, okay, you're right or you're wrong. He might not have said, okay, you could see it all night long, but he just made it seem like every 90 minutes you could see it at night. That's not true. It's the sun reflecting off of it. It's not a light. So you got a very limited window when you could see it. And if you only seen it for 20 seconds, it's very far south or very far north. Now, for fuck's sake, dude, answer questions and quit attacking us.
The short intervals where it's visible for only like 30 seconds or something like that. It depends on, the time of the evening and how far below the horizon the sun is. That doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Yeah, depending on the
You can
time of
get too
sunset,
fast. You can
the
get too
actual.
fast, but
Hold on.
it's certain situations where you can get too fast.
Yeah, depending on the time and sunset, it might have a traversal overhead where it's a minute. I found one that was a minute 50 in my area tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, so I can't see it, but it could be. It could go horizon 90 overhead but cross into the shadow and not be visible. Therefore, the viewing window could be shorter than 2 minutes. Could be that's not
Sure, if you're
out of the
in
realm
a
of
sewer looking
typical.
up through a manhole cover, or
No, on the globe model,
you
it's
carved a hole in
visible.
your shed or something, and you're looking up through the hole in your shed. Yeah,
In the globe model, it's only visible if it's illuminated by the sun, reflecting it back down. And there's a line. Once it crosses that line, it'd be in the
Right. It's
shadow.
got to be
You can't
dark.
see it.
Right. It's got to be dark and and just dark or just daylight. You know, you got to be right there by twilight or right around. So there are limited situations where you could see what he described, and I wanted to see if his was accurate. That's all I wanted to
It doesn't
question.
have to be dark to see the ISS. Jaren caught it in the daytime.
Yeah, doing
Yeah,
a
transit,
that's doing a trans
Yeah.
crossing the sun or the moon or whatever.
Okay.
I'm talking about just seeing the light in the sky that he just described. I think he's full of shit personally. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I owe him an apology, but he's dodging simple questions like what direction was you looking? You think he'd easily answer that?
He was looking somewhere to the west.
Okay, how can he look west and see it for 20 seconds, man?
Because it depends on what time of the day, how far the sun is below the horizon, how much earth shadow lies.
Oh my god, dude.
I think just that part alone.
If he's looking west and he sees it for 20 seconds, like, and he's going to continue to see it because the sun is west, so it's going to be darker west than it is fucking east. So if it's heading east, coming from the west like it does, then as soon as you see it west, you're going to see it even better east, bro. I don't think y'all are thinking this shit through, man.
Well, you said it goes east to west.
It goes west to east.
It goes west east. So if you see it west, then it's dark. It's obviously dark enough west. So it's the sun ain't freaking overhead or behind you. Okay, the sun is obviously far enough away and set far enough to where you're starting to see it west and it's coming at you. So it's going to appear brighter and brighter. The only way you get it for 20 seconds would be to be way up high and be looking and really knowing right the fuck where it's going to be and catching it for a few seconds way north or way south. And I've never even seen anybody film that. But I guess mathematically it's possible.
Oh, there's a 20-second window for me on the 9th. Well, yeah, that's tomorrow too.
Thank you, Bull Knight.
Right, it's
From
going to be
31
what
from
direction
31
is it?
seconds
South
to
or north?
56 seconds of the same minute of the hour.
So it's way south of you or way north of you, right?
That would be way north, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I asked him, was he looking south or north so we could get to the bottom of his claim? Because there's very limited windows in what he just claimed. Very limited.
Awesome, guys. It was lively. So I'll be back. I'm gonna
I'm
go get
not,
something to eat since it seems to be dying down.
okay, man. Yeah, I'm not saying you didn't see what you saw.
Well, that was fun.